2, 1.
All right, so here's the story. There's a grasshopper and there's an ant. And the grasshopper just kind of chilling out and just kind of laying back and just kind of enjoying the sun and just, not really doing a whole lot of anything. And when he's hungry, he eats. And when he's bored, he goes and plays. And when he's tired, he sleeps. And just kind of hangs out, all right? And as he's doing that, he sees an ant. And what's the ant doing? He's working. He's carrying food. It's like this crumb to us, but like to him, it's like, on top of him and stuff. So he's carrying this thing, and he's lugging around, and the grasshopper kind of watches him. And he kind of hangs out. And then the ant does it again. He comes back, he comes in a little crumb, and keeps walking with it. And the grasshopper goes, man, why are you wasting your time doing that? It's so nice out today. Why don't you just relax? And the ant says, well, it's nice now. But in the next couple months, it's going to get so cold, there's not going to be any food. But I'm going to have food stored up. You should grab food and store it up. And he goes, there's plenty of food. There's food right here. And he grabs food, he eats it. And the ant says, there's food now, but it's going to get cold soon. And he just lays back in his hammock and says, whatever. All right, so the ant continues to work. All right, so as he lays in his hammock, he sleeps and he eats and sleeps and eats and sleeps and eats. And eventually it gets cold outside, and he gets all fat and everything. But it gets cold outside, all right, and he reaches for food, and it's not there, so he's looking around, and all he sees is snow everywhere, okay? And so he's starving, right? And so this ant, what's the ant doing? He's inside chilling out, watching, Sports Center on TV, and he's just chilling out, having his popcorn and Doritos and everything, all right? And so what the story is about is, do I want to do what I want to do, or do I want to do what I need to do? Okay? So, I'll say it again. Do I want to do what I want to do, or do I want to do what I need to do? Yeah, that's pretty good. All right? Because here's the deal. When it comes to being a leader, what you want to do is what you need to do, even if you don't want to do it. Yes. All right, so we just had our leadership talk with all the kids out there, and we talked about how the grasshopper and the ant, and how the ant was working all summer long, and how the grasshopper was just chilling out, hanging out, eating when he wants to eat, sleeping when he wants to sleep, playing when he wants to play, how the ant was working hard, even though it was a nice day outside, and how the grasshopper just thought that was not the cool thing to do. And so talking about leadership, being proactive and doing what you need to do instead of necessarily what you want to do. And so the kids are doing is they're out talking about what they think the end of the story is. Okay, so we talked about how when the winter came in, the grasshopper couldn't find any food, but the ant was living it up. Okay, and so now we're going to go out and check with the kids and see what they think the end of the story was for the grasshopper. Go for it.
I think that the grasshopper went to the ant and asked for some food, and then the ant shared with him.
All right, that's pretty cool. Levi, tell me the end of the story.
Grasshopper asked the ant if he could come in.
And then what happened?
The ant says
yes.
And he was sharing. Awesome. Go for it.
I think that the grasshopper should have listened to the ant, and the ant finds food, and the ant shares food with the grasshopper.
And go for it.
I think the ant finally felt sorry for the grasshopper and let him come in where he was and for a while and share some food.
And watch Sports Center. Awesome.
He goes to the ant and asks for food, and the ant says no. So he goes and digs into the snow, and he sees a little dead fly, and he eats it. What?
Awesome.
Grasshoppers like eating stuff.
That'll work.
I think the ant went up to the mountain to find food, and it was one of the coldest places, so he got frozen before he could find any food.
And he's still there.
And he's still there today.
He's still there today. Go for it.
Okay, my weird ending is that somehow the snow gets clumped up into the antworm's entrance, like a little hole thingy that like ants go through. And then the grasshopper looks at it and then he decides to eat it. And that's it.
So he ate the clump of snow.
Yep.
Awesome. I like it.
Grasshopper eventually makes it through, and he finds a little food and makes it through that season. And when it comes time for winter, is like 1 month away, he's packing food and he sees an ant lying around. So he explains to the ant what happened to him and what what he had to go through. So then he helps the ant pack up food too when the two spend the whole winter together.
Aw, I like that one.